Imagine seeing your name etched into the 9/11 memorial, yet you're still alive. Your name, frozen in stone. Your body, nowhere to be found. How could that be? The morning sky was a brilliant blue when America faced its darkest hour. Then fire and smoke brought a city to its knees. But among the many stories of loss, one woman's story hides a chilling mystery that remains unsolved. Dr. Sneha Ann Phillip vanished the night before the towers fell. Was she a hero who rushed into the inferno to save lives, or did she use the greatest tragedy on American soil as the perfect cover to disappear? This is the story that will make you question everything you thought you knew about 9/11. Sneha Ann Phillip burned with vibrant energy and ambition. She was 31, a talented doctor living in Battery Park City. Her husband, Ron Lieberman, was a musician and emergency room intern. Their life, just blocks from the World Trade Center, looked picture perfect. But beneath the surface, troubling cracks were forming. Born in India and raised in upstate New York, Sneha embraced life with free-spirited intensity. Friends described her as warm and outgoing, yet drawn to solitude and unpredictable experiences. She often stayed out late with people her husband had never met. Her career was crumbling. Her residency contract wouldn't be renewed due to tardiness and concerns over alcohol. Everything she'd worked for was suddenly slipping away. Her marriage was under strain, something both she and Ron would later admit. On the evening of September 10th, 2001, security cameras captured Sneha shopping alone at Century 21 near the Twin Towers. She bought lingerie, bed sheets, pantyhose, and shoes, purchases that would later stir dark speculation. That evening, she spoke with her mother in what seemed like a normal call. She was calm. There were no signs of distress, no warnings about what was to come. When Ron arrived home around 11 p.m. exhausted, their apartment was empty. At first, he wasn't alarmed. Sneha sometimes stayed with family after arguments. But as night turned into morning, a creeping dread took hold. He called everyone he could think of. No one had seen her. No one knew where she'd gone. Sneha Ann Phillip had simply vanished, hours before the world would change forever. Then came the moment that shattered millions of lives, the sound no one could forget. A plane, a tower, and everything changed. Ron's personal panic was instantly swallowed by the catastrophe unfolding around him. As Manhattan choked on dust and ash, a terrifying thought struck him. Could Sneha, a doctor trained to run toward danger, have rushed to help while others fled? Ron's desperate search for his wife now centered on the atmospheric aftermath. He combed through medical facilities and endless lists of names. Her face joined thousands on missing posters that blanketed a grieving city. At first, authorities treated her case like countless others in those chaotic days. But crucial differences quickly emerged. She didn't work in the towers. Her name wasn't on any flight manifests. Nothing directly linked her to the sites, except proximity and timing. Her family clung to the belief that Sneha died a hero. They pictured her running to help victims, a selfless act in the chaos. That belief gave them comfort, a noble end instead of a troubling disappearance. But Ron couldn't silence the doubts that haunted his nights. He hired private investigator Ken Gallant to uncover the truth about Sneha's final days. What Gallant found painted a darker picture of her life. Information suggested she may have been living a carefully hidden double life. She frequently visited bars alone and often connected with women there. Stories hinted at possible affairs, though none were ever confirmed. Her emails revealed marital turmoil she'd discussed openly with her mother. Her career crisis was undeniable. Her medical contract was being terminated. These troubling details clashed with the image of a dedicated doctor racing toward danger. They instead suggested a woman possibly seeking escape from a life unraveling. Then came the most disputed piece of information in the entire investigation. Security footage from their apartment building offered two conflicting stories. Initial reports showed Sneha wasn't seen after Monday night, September 10th, but during legal proceedings years later, another claim surfaced. Some believed a grainy image timestamped at 8:43 a.m. on September 11th, just minutes before the first impact, showed Sneha leaving the building. The blurry footage raised more questions than answers. If it was her, where was she heading as disaster loomed overhead? If not, her last confirmed sighting remained at Century 21 the previous evening. The investigator uncovered another detail that deepened the mystery. Sneha often visited windows on the world, the restaurant atop the North Tower. Could she have been there for breakfast when the plane hit? Credit card records gave no proof. She was there that morning. Investigators explored the theory that she had rushed to help victims, as her family believed. Her medical bag was missing from the apartment, though she may have carried it regularly. Despite thousands of acts of heroism documented that day, not a single account ever placed Sneha at the site of the events. The battle to have Sneha officially recognized became bitter and painful for her family. Officials resisted. There was no concrete information she'd been at the World Trade Center during the events. Her name was excluded from the official list. Ron supported the family's efforts, even as his private doubts lingered. He needed closure, some official acknowledgement of her fate. In 2008, nearly 7 years after she vanished, Manhattan Judge Renee Roth issued her ruling. She concluded that Sneha Ann Phillip had likely perished at the World Trade Center. The judge cited her medical training, proximity to the site, and likely instinct to respond. The disputed lobby footage hinted she may have been nearby shortly before the events. Her family finally won the recognition they had fought so hard for. Sneha's name joined the others on the 9/11 memorial, yet the court ruling couldn't silence the questions that continue to haunt this case. The information remains entirely circumstantial. Her troubled personal life, the timing of her disappearance, and the lack of conclusive details still cast shadows. Officially, Dr. Sneha Ann Phillip is recognized as a victim of the September 11th events, a hero who tried to save others amid the chaos. This is the story her family holds on to. A legacy of courage in America's darkest hour. But for those who dug deeper, a disturbing alternative refuses to fade. Could Sneha, facing personal and professional ruin, have used the events as a twisted opportunity? Did she vanish into a world blinded by collective grief? No hard information supports this theory. No confirmed sightings or financial activity have ever surfaced. No voice on a phone call. No trace in a distant city. But absence of information isn't information of absence. The chaos of the day created perfect conditions. Records lost, identities lost, normal life shattered. If someone wanted to disappear, they'd never have a better chance. Ron eventually rebuilt his life, remarried, and started a family. But the memory of his first wife and the mystery of her final hours surely lingers. Her story remains a disturbing footnote to the day that changed America forever. Sneha Ann Phillip's fate echoes from the aftermath, a personal mystery swallowed by national events. Was she truly recognized as a victim, her final act of heroism lost to history? Or is she still out there, watching as her name is etched in memorial stone? And so the name etched in stone may still belong to someone walking among us. Even in our most documented events, some secrets remain buried in the aftermath. What would you do if you saw someone recognized from the events, alive, walking down your street? And what unsettling truths about the doctor who disappeared will forever remain hidden in plain sight? The truth may never be known, but one question still echoes in the silence she left behind. Did Sneha Ann Phillip walk into tragedy or vanish into myth? And if it was myth, who wrote it?